I have adult money now, so I can splurge like an adult. Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is Leah. I just wanted to wish you a happy 2026. And I just wanted to give a quick update on how my month has been so far. I don't really have much to say about a recap as far as 2025. It was a doozy. I did go to Bahamas, and that was a lot of fun. I switched over from night shift to day shift for that trip, which was back in November. And ever since then, my body has just been craving sunlight. Yeah, it's been craving sunlight. So I made the switch at work from night shift to day shift. And it's a little bit of an adjustment. Not gonna lie. It's a little bit of an adjustment. The work is the same. The stress definitely increased. I was told to get ready to be interrupted, like to be comfortable with interruptions. And I can definitely understand that as far as day shift, because there's a lot more physicians, employees, family members, and all the people that go into running a hospital safely. Definitely a lot of interruptions, but I feel like I'm finding my footing. Thankfully, everybody's been really great. I know a lot of the people because I've worked with them, just maybe not as close as the capacity as I used to, but everybody's been so great, and I'm really, really grateful to be on the unit that I am with such a lovely group of people. Honestly, genuinely. I'm loving the sleep. I don't think I've slept a good 7 hours since I was probably in nursing school, and even then it was a struggle. I don't know, I've noticed that my bedtime, I'm trying to make it 10 o'clock just to give myself enough time to get home, get everything set up for the next day. But even on my days off, I'm falling asleep at like 8, 9 o'clock, sometimes even 7 o'clock, and I'm sleeping the whole night through. That almost never happens. And the sleep has been terrific. I've loved every single minute of it. On the nights when I don't fall asleep right around 10, my watch the next morning is like, your score dropped a little bit because you didn't fall asleep on time. Get to bed on time. And I'm like, hey, come on, it's one day. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Overall, I'm really loving the sleep. I'm trying to think if there's a negative to switching. Um, I'm definitely going to have to work on budgeting and following the budget, because sometimes I can be a little frivolous with my spending. I have adult money now, so I can splurge like an adult. Speaking of splurges, I've made some recent purchases, and one of them, I don't even know where the urge came from. I don't even know where the urge came from. And in my mind, I'm like, why? Like, it wasn't necessary. It was a nice purchase. Not necessary at all, but I've loved it. I bought a TV, and it wasn't anything crazy. I didn't realize how cheap TVs were. I don't think I spent more than like $200. I thought TVs were a lot more expensive than that. That's how long it's been since I've had to purchase a TV. And it's good. It's good. I like that. I don't know if this is a glitch or what, but the remote that powers my TV can also power the TV in the living room. And I'm like, what? I thought you guys were selective to your own TV. Like, what's going on? But I like the idea that it's essentially universal remote control, because I can walk from one room, turn on the TV in the other room, and carry on from where I left off. So, love that for me. And another big purchase that I made, which I don't think it was as expensive. It was probably about half the price. I bought a new sewing machine, and it was great. It's so beautiful. I'm like staring right at it. It's so beautiful. And the reason why I bought this one and not the other one, because this one has paisley, and I don't think I've expressly said this on my channel, but I love paisley print. It's so cute. I don't know what it is about it, the swirlies and everything, but it's just so beautiful. And I love a paisley pattern. I bought a sewing machine, and when I went to the store to get it, I was really intrigued by the first one that I saw, which was beautiful. It was blue, my favorite color, and it had some cute little hearts all around the, I guess whatever the button section would be. It had some really cute hearts on it, and I loved it. I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. And then I was looking up videos on like how to program it and things like that while I was in the store. And I think I just glanced down and I saw this one and it had paisley print on it. And I was like, that's the one. That's the one. I have to get it. It's paisley. I love paisley. I don't know if I've ever said it on the channel, but paisley print is my favorite. I don't know what it is about it, if it's the swirls or like the whimsical nature of it, but I love me a paisley print. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. And yeah, it's blue there. The paisley pattern is blue on this one, and then the whole machine itself is white. So yeah, it's good. And I've done some practice sewing projects, and I've loved it. I actually ended up making the choice to get a sewing machine because I've started following a lady on YouTube called Treasure Books. I'll link her video down below, but she has amazing creativity. And one of the things she does is she sews onto her papers, and whenever she's doing like junk journaling, scrapbooking, things like that. And I loved it. I love that style, and I thought I'd give it a go, and it turned out great. I remember being a kid and my dad trying to teach us how to sew a straight line. He had his own sewing machine. I might have been closer to 10 years old when this happened. But yeah, he gave us a sheet of paper and he said, okay, practice making straight lines. I did not do a good job. I did not do a good job. It wasn't anything I was interested in. That probably played a part in it. But I did do a lot of hand sewing, and I think that's where I got really good at sewing, is just by hand sewing things. I made a doll myself. I remember making my own dolls, and I think he made a doll for me too. I remember she was a heavy girl because he used scrap fabric to fill her, and I don't know what material was in there, but she could not cook it out. She was a heavy doll. Yeah, I vividly remember her in my head right now. Yeah, it was amazing. It was good. Anyways, so I've been using the sewing machine for a couple of projects, which guess we can sew. Oh my god, I made a straight line. Can you see? Oh my god. Wait, let me flip it around. It's a straight line. That's pretty dang good. This was the first one I tried to do. Obviously not very straight. And then the thread ended up like collapsing and unwinding itself from the needle. But the second go, oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm gonna keep practicing. My intention is to show the video of me reacting in real time that I send to my sister and my friends, because I was just like, I was so overjoyed. I was like, I need to share this. I need to put this out there. This line, let me try to do it in a way that kind of builds the suspense. This first line, that's the first line that I sewed, which is great. Like, if you know anything about sewing, that's a good line. And one of the things I was practicing, the lady told me, is to make sure that I'm doing a little double knot. I don't know if that's, I'm like back sewing. Correct me if I'm wrong with the terminology, but I have to sew forward and then sew backwards to kind of give it a knot, essentially, in the beginning and the end. So for the first one I did, beautiful, amazing. Second one, kind of a little wonky at the end over here. The side closest to my face is the end, so a little wonky towards the end of that one. And then it has some really cool pattern stitches, so I did a couple of those. This one I think was pretty good on the line. This one kind of got a little out of whack, especially towards the beginning and the end. I think that when they're the pattern stitches, when I'm making the knot areas, that part might look a little iffy. So I'm gonna show you something else later on regarding the stitches. But I was doing that, and I was practicing on paper, and I did the line paper, and it turned out so good, and I was so happy. I've been so excited to do it. Okay, this one was the first one. That's the second one. It got a little crazy at the end, but I think I did pretty good at the beginning. What I've noticed is that when I'm like, especially closer towards the end, when I have to flip this switch so that it backtracks and like sews over top of, hold on. So when I start, I have to backtrack and like essentially make a knot right there, then sew, and then backtrack at the end. But I think this part obviously got a little cray-cray. And then this one, I think that was pretty dang good. And then this, it's not like super straight, but Still, I think that's pretty good for a beginner. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And it has all these different little things that I can use to sew. I'm so excited. I'm gonna start making stuff now. I don't want to wait any longer. So since orange is my color for the year, I thought I'd give it a shot. Um, I can see the mistakes. The first part right here, the thread came undone and I didn't notice it far enough, so it ripped the paper. But I wanted to just continue just in case. And it worked good. I think what I did over here was I tried to do the like making a knot, and what I should have done, which is what I did for the other pieces, was just to lift up here and then just turn the paper to the other side, so then it could just continue. Like once it finished doing this way, I just lifted it up, turned it this way, and then like let it go. So I'm really happy with it. It feels very flimsy because the paper is very flimsy. Like I feel like if I touched it too hard, it could damage the thread. But overall, I am stoked. I am very happy with this. Ooh. I'm so excited for the potential crafts this is gonna bring into my life. This is gonna be so cool. I'm so happy. It looks so professional. Like if you look at it, like here, look at this part. Don't look at that part. Look at this part. So professional. And I probably like went overboard, but I bought a whole little thing of thread and I took one out. I took out one that's the blue thread, and then that's the one I've been using to sew. It looks a little black in this light, but it's blue. Right? Yeah, it's blue. Favorite color. Why would I not start with that? But anyways, it's so cute. And the machine, I didn't know a lot of these terminology, but the machine itself comes with the capability to make a little spool of thread called a bobbin, in order to go on the bottom of the machine, so that when you're sewing, the top and the bottom are like, I guess the right side and the wrong side will also have the same color. But I liked the alternate color options, so I have a white I have a blue thread on this side, and you can't really tell, but it's a white thread on the back side. And I like the idea of it being double-sided, if I was ever able to like put it on like cloth or whatever. But yeah, it's cute. I love it. I love it. So I've been doing that and I've loved that. I've also been making my own paper. I don't know if I've ever made a video about it, but I've been doing it for a while now and I love it. I have used it in a different art medium. So last year I got into doing junk journaling with like paper bag books, and I believe her name is Pink Cactus Art or Cactus Cloud Art, whatever. I'll link her name somewhere. But she has this video of how to make a book out of paper bag, like sandwich paper bags, and I fell in love with that book on YouTube the moment I saw it. Got a bunch of paper bags and I started making the books, and then I've been using it for art. And I tried to do an Inktober and it did not complete the Inktober. I think I got like 2 or 3 pages in, and then I kind of like lost interest. So maybe as the course of this year goes on, I can try to fill up that Inktober, but maybe that could be one of my resolutions for the year. But yeah, so I've been doing that. I made my own paper and I used it in those previous junk journals. And then once I started watching a little bit more of the treasure book videos, I started thinking more about making sort of not exactly junk journaling, but sort of junk journaling, scrapbooking. And one video that I saw, not from her, but from a different person, mentioned not pushing yourself to journal every day or journal every week, but just do it once a month. And she's like, I have a little journal here. This has been my life for like the last 4 or 5 years. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's so good. That's so amazing. So one of the things I did was to make one, and I did it for December because I was going to start in January, but I was like, I'm too excited by this idea to not do one for December. So I'll show you the video, but it has a lot of little areas you can flip up. You can see hidden messages, and Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Maybe I'll make a video on that. I've been trying to figure out what kind of videos to make. I'm not sure where I want this channel to go. I think I like it as sort of a video diary for myself, and I'm keeping it vague enough that if random people watch it, it's okay. But I'm not trying to be like the next big YouTuber or anything. I just want to make my art and share my art and share little nuggets of my life so that in 10 or 15 years or 5 years even down the line, when I miss what it's like to be in my 30s, I can look back and be like, okay, that's what I was like in my 30s. Also, I started doing locks in my hair. This video is all over the place. But anyways, I started doing locks in my hair. This started back in October/November. And the length of it, if you know anything about Black people's hair, the shrinkage is real. So looking at my hair, you probably think, oh, it's probably like 2 or 3 inches long. It's really not. It's so let me just take this piece. Actually, I stretch one of those. Let's just take this piece. So this piece right here comes right here by my glasses, and I'm gonna just stretch it. like what is happening? It goes all the way down almost to the side of my chin. What is happening? Yeah, so the coils are coiling. But I saw a lady at work last year, and she had sister locks or micro locks. I don't remember which one is the tiniest one, but it's not the tiniest one that she has. And I was like, ah, your hair is so beautiful. And I was like, yeah, okay. I watched a couple of videos, and one lady was like, my mom is doing this at home for me, and she did all these locks and the twist together. And I was like, I can do that. And I did. It took me like 9 hours just to do the twist. My forearms were killing me, like killing me, but it turned out so good. And you know what? I'm supposed to count how many locks I have, because you're not supposed to marry them when they grow out. Sometimes because of the nature of her hair, they'll like smush together, and that's considered marrying, I believe. So they're not supposed to get married together. Stay single. So I did not count this last time. Around the first of the month, I had to redo my locking so that it stays like fresh and it looks neat. So close to the first of the month, I redid the locking, and I forgot to do the counts. So it's an undetermined amount of locks. But it's less than 200. I know a lot of people that have like over 600. I'm really glad I don't, because it takes me practically all day to do my locking. And I think that a lot of it is because it's so new that they get untwisted very often, which is a normal part of the process. And the back of my hair is very soft, so it doesn't hold the twist very well. So some of them I've had to plait, like a 3-stranded twist or braid or whatever. So texture wise, it might be a little different once they actually do lock. And then this time that I went in and did the relocking, I actually ended up doing rope twists on a couple of them. And for the first week, they stuck out like a sore thumb. Like, you could definitely tell, because they're more stretched, and instead of like the springiness and like the thickness of these locks, you could tell, of these twists I should say, you could tell. I wonder if I can't really see any of them. Just, I don't know where it is exactly to like pinpoint it, but I could tell. I could tell. I think they're probably like coiled up, and when my hair gets wet from like just sweating, washing, like bathing, sometimes if they feel dry, I'll just get my hands wet and just like rub it through them just to moisten them a little bit. But honestly, I'm doing the bare minimum. From time to time, they'll get a little more stretched if I stretch them out. Like sometimes I'll put them in braids, or I'll put it in a ponytail, which I can put my hair in a ponytail. Like 2 years ago, I had no hair. 2 years? Yeah, basically. I think I started growing my hair in 2023. I started growing my hair in 2023 sometime. And now almost, yeah, basically 6 months, 3 years later, basically Now I have this much hair. I've literally been doing the bare minimum. When I first did a video, I think it was last year or maybe the year before, I had like braids in my hair, or they were twists, but it was a chunkier look, like a chunkier look for the twist, and I liked that chunky look. I think that's one of the reasons why I knew that I would love the Locs, or this version of the Locs, because it looked basically like the twist. The only thing is it wasn't as springy, because I think once the lock forms, it'll just keep that thickness. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. But anyways, I'm starting my lock journey. That's basically all of that, all of that is culminating in. I'm starting a lock journey. Please do not anticipate a whole lot of educational information in that regard. All I'm doing is just doing the interlocking every 6 to 8 weeks. I think I put myself on a 6-week schedule. I might have to do 4 weeks, depending on how fast the new growth comes in, which it doesn't come in very fast, but that marrying is a very big problem that I had last time, and I did wait the 6 weeks for it, so we'll see. Just thinking to myself, I can see how some of them are gonna look as the locks. Like this one, they look like maybe the locking is starting. Like it's thicker and fuzzier, especially on the bottom. Like if you can tell, the other ones down here are a lot thinner, like stringier. But this Mama Jama is looking like it might be locking. Like the thickness and like the way it falls, I'm like, I can totally see this. Yeah. So in 10 years, once I've gotten like the locks to the mature level, because they have like different stages of growth. Once I've gotten to the mature lock level, I can come back and look at this and say, look at that, Leah, look how you did. Maybe, okay, you remember I was telling you about the rope twist? I think this, yeah, this feels like one of the rope twist ones. Can you tell? You see how it's a little more springy and like coily versus like this one? I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's there. The difference is there. Also, look how cute this light is. Ah! Wakanda forever. Oh my gosh. I got off on a tangent, but I was talking about making paper. So I've been making more paper, and I made a lot of paper this time. The first time I didn't make very much, but this time I made a lot because I wanted to make a book, and I actually ended up making like 3 books. I wanted to make a book because now that I'm on day shift and I'm gonna try to have a life again, I'm hoping I'll be able to see my friends more and my family more and the sun more, which I'm taking full advantage of it, as you can tell. So one of the things I wanted to do is to make a little book for my bestie and gift it to her so that we can journal about, you know, our adventures together in 2026. And I'm a little mad at her because she keeps flaking on me, so I haven't been able to give her the gift, but I'm gonna show it to you because probably by the time this goes up, she'll have gotten it, so I'm gonna share it with you. I did a couple videos, and depending on how the editing works, you might see the process step by step of how it got to this point, but this will be the book that she gets. And it's super cute. I like this reflective vinyl. The cover is from Dollar Tree, like wallpaper sticker. Book for her. Ta-da! What should I do? My Vanna pose. Ta-da! So I made this book, and it's filled with my paper that I made. And these stains are not like poop or anything. Like, I know it looks a little suspicious, but they're from flowers. I don't know if you can tell, but I had some dried flowers, and I put the dried flowers in the paper pulp, and some of them came through pretty good. Some of them just sort of fell off the page, so I'll still work on that tactic to get a good consistent result next time. But one thing that also I have not been able to get consistently is the thickness of the paper. So This one, I don't know if you can tell, it's very thick. It's like a little hard to bend. But then this one came out super flexible. She's very bendy. I sewed it together with little blue threads. So a little bit of happiness from me and then stuff that she likes. So I was going to see if we can decorate it together. Well, this one I was just gonna give to her. This one was gonna be her gift no matter what. When I was showing it to my friend, she said, I can't believe that you made that. She says, if I had gotten this from you, I would be so scared to use the pages because it's so beautiful. So using the tips that I learned from Treasure Books, Natasha, I made 2 more journals, and this time I made it so we could both have a journal. And they're the same. They don't look the same, but they're the same, I promise. The paper that's on the inside, that paper is this paper. Do you see? So the inside of this is the outside of this, and the outside of this is the inside of this. So they're basically the same book. And another thing Natasha taught me to do is to make these cute little charms, and I just made them using some of the pamphlets from church. I liked having the words on them. Natasha was using pages from a book that she gutted, so the writing was a little bit closer, but for mine, because it's just a program from church, a lot of it, there's a little more space than I would like, but you do what you can with what you have. And another thing that we were able to do is to make little pockets. So I put like things can go in the pockets. I haven't really decorated them very much because I was hoping that she and I could do that together, but since she's flaking on me, it's been delayed. I'm calling you out, Missy. I put some of my paper again. I have construction paper, like different little sheets of papers. Some of them fold out. Some of them have little patterns on them. These were some more of the ones that I did with my flowers. And it kind of repeats. So this string in the middle comes down so that it's like a little bookmark, but it doesn't go anywhere. But it's cute. It's cute and I love it. And then similar to that, it's the same layout. They both have pockets on the front and the back side. And then they have my pages. This one folds out this way. And then like the decorative page again. And there's little tiny differences between the pages, but nothing crazy that one of us would have something completely different from the other person. So the pages are pretty similar, but there's nothing that would make one of us have a completely different book from the other. But what I do want to do, what I wanted to show you when I mentioned the paper in the beginning and I said I would talk about it later, is that I did a little bit more testing. So I did a couple different stitches, and I'm still not sure what it is that causes the difference in the width. Like this one is very wide and then very close together. And similar to down here, I thought maybe I was going too fast and then slowing down, but I could not figure out what caused it. And then I wanted to go all the way around, but then at this point, I don't know if you can tell where the holes are up here. There's a little section of holes right here. At that point, the thread came undone from the needle and I didn't notice it in time. So initially I was going to make it into a pocket, which I probably can still make it into a pocket for a journal or something. But I decided to do other stitches on it just to practice. And I think one thing that I'm getting better at is to do the corners, like, or to turn the work, I guess. So I would sew all the way down, and then when I got to here, I would turn the work itself, which I need to work on figuring out the proper way to do that, because I don't think it transfers very well, because you get this huge gap here and like here. But I'm okay with it for now. I'm just learning, and I'm really happy at this stage of my learning. And another thing I did was to get some eyelets, and I got these from Walmart. I should have kept like the packaging or something, sorry. but I got them from Walmart in hardware section. They come with a little pliers like this that almost looks like a hole puncher, but you put the eyelets in here and you give it a little squeeze, and then it'll like fold it over and form it to the paper. The reason why I wanted to do that is to strengthen the back of the spines, like when I do these again. When I was doing them initially, I didn't have eyelets at the time, but in Natasha's videos, she mentions that she uses the eyelets to give a little more structure, because that's just a sheet of paper. It doesn't look like much, but it's just a sheet of paper. It's one sheet of paper. It's a 12 by 12 paper from like a construction selection of, you know, beautiful pages. I chose ones that were very neutral in tone and that I still had 2 versions of, so that I could do that flipped canvas look. And I loved it. I loved the way it turned out. I've been so excited. Another thing I've been making is stamps. Another thing that Cactus Art, or Pink Cloud Cactus, that lady, another thing she does is make stamps. She has a whole like pink eraser stamp collection, and she even wrote a book. I have not read the book, but I've seen her videos about making pink eraser art, and I have made some pink eraser art. And one of them actually showed up on this little ruler, which I didn't know. It didn't end up there intentionally, but it's kind of cute. It's right there. Can you see it? It's a little butt. It's a little booty. So yeah, it's a little booty. I made a bunch of different sapphic stamps, and I'll show you them right now. So I'm showing you that I actually stitched a page in my diary while it was still in the diary. Like I was so scared I was gonna rip the page, but it turned out pretty dang good. So I stitched a page in the diary, and it's really nice, and I love the texture of it, like running my finger over it. It's such a pleasant texture. I love it so much. And so I wanted to show you my sapphic stamp. Boom, baby, you see that? I think it's only 3 or 4, no, 3 of them in total. Yeah, because one of them I ended up not loving. I think this one on top, I ended up not loving it as much, and I ended up splitting the eraser. I don't remember. But now the final image is this one on the bottom. That's the final concept. So a bunch of little sapphic stamps, very cute. Love those. And the most recent stamp I got, or I made, I should say, this little one here. I did it based on a temporary tattoo stamp that I got at work. And it was so cute. It was so cute. I loved it so much. So that was fun. And yeah, I put all my stickers in this little journal entry, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the rest of 2026. For whatever happens in general, I'm really happy that my creative side is coming out again. And I've been really loving doing a lot of these like analog tasks and hands-on creativity things. I love Procreate. I'm not gonna stop doing Procreate, but having like physical things that I can touch and turn the page and remember, and doing things like that, I've loved it. I've loved it so much. Oh, one more thing before I go. I keep saying one more thing. I feel like I sound like my mom. Whenever my mom is trying to get off the phone, she'll be like, one more thing, and I'm like, okay. And then she'll talk for 20 minutes, and then she's like, one more thing, and I'm like, you already said that. And she's like, it's important. This is important. Listen. Another creator called, I think it's either Carlo or Carlos, told me about pet stamps. Not told me directly, but he made a video about pet stamps. And that's where you get stuff and you make little stickers out of them. So he was doing one where he was making stickers of like artwork that he found interesting. And I had gotten a couple little books from my sister as far as to help me with like things that I could use for my junk journaling. And one of them talked about Island Hopper. So there's a bunch of stuff in there about Island Hopper. And yeah, I'll show you more videos of that. I'll show you the process of what I did. It's basically you get some tape. Actually, I'm gonna promote Carlo's video. He's a good teacher. I'm gonna send you over to him. I'll put his video in the description or wherever. I'll make it known. Anyways, so I basically prepped these, and don't do what I did. Don't do what I did, because I lost some really pretty pictures and I didn't have another copy as a backup. So when you get your stamps out of the water, don't leave them in too long. He said a couple hours. I think you can probably get by with like an hour, maybe an hour 30. But I was out of the house for probably 3 hours, and by the time I came back, a lot of them had not like processed very well. So I was a little bummed. All of this is still like very sticky, but pieces like this, I think those will be really good when it's time to do the gluing. Like I can just cut, and I'm just cut off this white piece and I'll just use this part. So yeah, like with more practice came a lot better. From here to here to here, much better. For the first time, I think I did pretty good. I got a lot of stamps, and literally everything in there was something that I wanted, which was great. Sometimes that cannot be said for all of the stamps, all of the washi tapes that you get. Some things you might not want or need. But in this one, I liked everything. I loved everything, actually. I know that I didn't show very well. Do you see this sticker right here? I made that sticker. I made that sticker. This sticker? I made that sticker. Yeah. Using the tricks from Carlo. I made that sticker. And look, it peels off. Just shows a little note that I wrote. It peels right off. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so that's what I could do. That's what I could do. So I'm very happy. Even though that's December and I made the stickers in January, it still counts. It still counts. But yeah, very cute. I'm very excited by how the year has started off so far. I've made some big changes in my life, and little changes have been made, and overall I'm very happy with the outcome. I'm sorry I haven't been having very much eye contact with you when I talk. I don't usually have eye contact with the people I'm talking to either. I have to look off so I can think clearly. So yeah, it's no offense, or yeah, that's just me. I just need to do that. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I don't really have like an intro or outro planned or anything like that, but that's basically it. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you're not me and you'd like to make any comments on anything I've done or said, or thoughts or anything like that, let me know. I want to try to have some adventures in 2026. If you have any recommendations, you can let me know. I would like to do things in America for the time being, and then hopefully I can save up some money, and within the next year or two, I can branch out and go outside of America. I would like to say I'll bring you along. I do not know what the future holds, so I'm not making any promises. I don't know how often I'll be making videos. I'm just gonna do it when the urge hits me. Like I said, I'm not trying to be the next best YouTuber or anything. I just want to have a little video entry to say this is what's going on in my life right now, and so I can look back at it later and cringe. I find it so funny. I find it so funny that sometimes you can be so like excited and happy doing this thing that you're like so in love with, and then later you're looking back and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I said that. And I do have those cringe moments sometimes. When I look at some of my old videos, I'm like, maybe I should take these down. Like, I don't know. But we're human. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna say things you don't mean all the way. Just grow from it. Grow from it, learn from it. If you make a mistake, don't make the same mistake again. And life goes on, you know. When you think about it in the long run, it's like a drop in the ocean. Like a lot of things, I go back and I read my old diary entries, and the things that used to worry me, the things that I used to be so anxious about, I would have so many late nights and just constantly thinking and overthinking. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. And I think that's helped my anxiety probably like 50% of my anxiety has been released because I've adopted that mindset. So when things start to overwhelm me, I ask myself, in 5 minutes, is this gonna matter? In 5 days, is this gonna matter? In 5 years, is this gonna matter? Chances are, once you get to the 5 weeks, I didn't say 5 weeks, I don't think, but once you get past 5 days, most of that stuff does not matter. It doesn't matter. You probably forget it. Even if it's like a big thing and it feels like a big thing, you'll probably remember the emotion more than like a lot of the specifics. Like, personally, okay, so I was with a new nurse, not a new nurse. I was with a student nurse recently. And we were having a day. It was a very busy day, a lot of stuff going on. And I was like, I'm glad that you're getting to see a lot of stuff today. And the student nurse is saying, this is a lot. I don't know if this is what I want to do. And I said, I have that thought a lot. It's going on 2 years. And a lot of times I'm like, I don't know if I made the right decision. But I still show up. I still keep going. I still do my best. And a lot of the times when I'm having those moments of just like, oh crap, I don't know what I'm doing, people are always around me telling me, you're doing such a good job. And you know what that means? It's all in my head. It's all in my head. In my head, I feel like I still need to do better and still need to be better. And all the people that I'm taking care of, all the people that are seeing me taking care of my patients, who are being in the hub with me, like working with me, they tell me that I'm doing a good job. And I'm trusting that they'll tell me when I'm not doing a good job so I can fix it. But it's not their job, It's up to me sometimes to figure out the shit that I'm doing wrong. Shouldn't be cursing. It's up to me to figure out the stuff that I'm doing wrong and correct it. But I try to be very honest with myself to say, sometimes you really are not where you need to be, and then you need to work on getting better. But for the most part, you're doing okay. You're doing okay. There's really not much that you're doing that is gonna make a big impact on you in 5 years. And if you think it is, my challenge to you, write it down. Or I love Future Me, futureme.org. You can send letters to yourself in the future. Write it down, send it to yourself as an email for 5 years from now. And watch yourself in 5 years open that email and be like, I can't believe I was worried about this. Like, that's long gone from my memory. Or I've grown so much that would not even bother me in this moment today. And yeah, that's all the ranting I'm gonna do. I think I'm done for now. That should be it. This is me stopping my mom in the moment and saying, we're done. The conversation is ended. Let's be done. But one more thing. One more thing, the last thing, I promise. I was watching a YouTube video a couple months ago at this point, and there was this lady in there, and she was like, oh my God, it's so nice to be able to just like talk to people on the phone and not like be scrolling in the middle of it. Like, just be in the moment, talk to that person, have that connection. And I was like, you know what, you're right. It's good to have that connection. I want to feel that feeling. I want to get that oomph back of, I'm talking to you, I'm just talking to you. I'm not scrolling. I'm not trying to figure out what all updates are going on YouTube, or I don't really use any social media right now. Anyways, the gist is, she was showcasing this phone, and it was so beautiful. It was an analog phone, and do you remember those ones? It's like do 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 do, and then it'll do 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 do. That one. And I was like, oh my God, I love this. And she's like, we have others too. And it was like the 90s one where you pick it up and you have all the buttons on it. Not like a flip phone or anything, but it's one of those ones with the cord as well. Yeah. And then she has one that's the cord on the wall. And I was like, I like the other one, the analog one, a lot better. And so I clicked on the link, and it was, I think it was a startup company at that point. And it was like, okay, you can pre-order and we'll send it to you when it's ready. And I was like, oh my God, I got it. And then I ordered it. And then I went to the comments. And the comments were like, this is a total scam 101. It's on Amazon. Everybody on Amazon says it sucks. And I did go on Amazon. And all the pictures from the website are all the pictures that are on Amazon. And I'm like, somebody took the time to scroll through all these pictures from Amazon and put it on a website and take my money? Like, what? Like, that's crazy. And I was looking at the reviews, and somebody was saying this does not connect to Bluetooth, because that's the gist of it. It was like, it connects to your Bluetooth. When your phone rings, this phone will ring, and then you can pick up your call and you can be like, hello, how you doing? Twiddle my thumbs on my little cord. And I was like, I want that feeling. I want that feeling. They said it plugs into the wall, and I was like, what? The comment said it plugs into the phone jack. There is nothing to connect your phone to Bluetooth. This is a scam. I'm returning it. And I was like, oh my God, I just gave them my money. There's no way for me to take that money back. And I was like, oh well, money lost. Not me saying these rich people things and be broke. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe they needed it more than I did. And then a couple months later, I got a little notification that says, oh, we're working on your phone. It's going to be sent. And I was like, this is a highly, highly good scam, because they're like keeping up the ante, you know. There's like, hey, don't forget about us. Like, maybe we might need a little more money for shipping. And I was like, what? Long story short, oh my God. Oh my God. That has to stay in the video. Oh my God, that needs to stay in the video. I don't even remember like what position this was in. This is gonna stay like that. I almost had a little meltdown because I just knocked over the whole setup. Anyways, long story short, with all of this scamming stuff, I got my phone. And now I can call. I can make a phone call. I can push the buttons. The only thing is it doesn't do the rotary, but it does. All the buttons work. I can listen to my music. Actually, that's the one thing I don't like. If you work with a physical phone and you know of a way that I can turn off the volume when it's not being used as a phone, I would love that. Only because this is the one thing that I don't love about it. If I'm connected to it on Bluetooth and something is playing on my phone, even if my phone volume is all the way down, I still hear it on the phone as like a speakerphone. I don't like that because sometimes I'm playing games and the ads come up and I just mute them, but I still hear it on the phone. I don't like that. But everything else I love. I love that if I'm listening to music, I can just put it on speakerphone and it's just like a like chill Bluetooth speaker for me as well. And then speaking of speakerphone, if you're on a call and you can't like physically be there, but you're still in the room, you can listen to your call on speakerphone. I love that. I love that. And then, yeah, so I love it. Oh gosh. And it's so nice. And then I can just like do my twiddling my thumbs and like, yes. Oh my God, of course. You know, another amazing thing with this, I love recording audio diaries. And my audio diaries, I can play them and I can pick it up and listen. And it sounds like I'm listening to a younger version of me, because that's literally what it is. It's like I'm talking to my younger self, or like hearing her talk. She's her mother's daughter. And I'm just listening and I'm like, oh my God, yes. I remember all those times. You remember I was telling you those things that wouldn't matter in 5 years? Yeah, they still don't matter. I would be listening to things and I'm like, that's why I love these. I love these essentially video diary entries of saying this is what my life is like in this moment. It's a little nugget. I'm not putting as much on YouTube, but I have my ways. I have my own things going on. But anyways, yeah. That's the end of the video for real right now. I'm gonna go edit and try to post it But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I don't know how long it's gonna be. Right now I'm recording and it's at 51 minutes. I don't know with editing how many minutes that's going to be, but however long it is, I thank you for sticking around. I thank you for listening to me. If I was just body doubling with you while you were cleaning or driving or whatever, thank you for hanging around. I like to listen to people while I do things like that around the house or drive, so thank you. And oh, maybe in the next video I can talk about some of the shows I've been watching, because I've been watching Grimm and I really want to talk to somebody about it, so maybe that'll be you. See you next time. Bye. On the screen, there's a scratch. There is a scratch on my glasses. Oh my god. Where's the wash? Oh my goodness. I've been so careful. Obviously not as careful as I thought I was. My goodness. Jeez. This is frustrating. I wonder if they'll fix it for me. Buff it out. Yeah, I can definitely feel it.